Welcome to Textile Tuesdays. This is our official 30-minute get together each week to uh, have a bit of a presentation about AI and textiles, and then also answer any questions that you have too. So again, welcome. I'm Eulanda Sanders, the founder of Innovation Insights, and we host the AI textile designers community on School. So these sessions are to help us build community, but then also have a demonstration and then have some Q&A. AI is fabulous. It's changing constantly, and so I'm really thrilled that we have this community that we can explore the capabilities as they continue to evolve. So we have weekly challenges. And so earlier today, or this evening, I posted this week's challenge. And last week's challenge was to use the Spark prompting framework for textile design using any model and platform. And so Maria did the challenge, and here's an example of her work. So I'm going to just pause this a little bit. Let's go back. Whoop. Let's go back this way. So Maria's design here started, she took a photograph of a plant in their yard. She's in California, and then created this textile design that she used for the lining in this. And then she also prompted the herringbone here, and then also the twill pants. And so these are all AI generated prompts that she prompted, but she started with the flower for the lining, and then did the herringbone, and then prompted a couple versions of this on the model, and then also a close-up of a pair of pants too. And then I took them all and packaged them together into this. But you can see her posts also in the community on School. So this week's challenge is to do a motif mashup. And so you can choose two different themes, a botanical and a geometric, and then write a prompt that blends both together. You might want to use the Spark prompting framework. And I have uploaded the video of that framework from last week if you want to use that framework. And I would, consider adding, whatever the motifs are to the aesthetics area, which is the A part of the framework.
Okay.
This week, we have the stitch prompting framework for embroidered textiles. So this is a new framework, and it each letter represents a part of the prompt that you would create. So, and this is really for embroidered textiles. I thought that would be kind of fun for us to look at embroidered textiles. So the structure is the S for the ground fabric. The T, that's techniques, is for the type of stitch. The I is for inspiration, so the type of concept or motif source that you're using. T is for thread. Whoops, so we have Maria that's joining us. I will let her in. And so the T is for thread, which is the fiber and yarn type. The C is for color, which is the aesthetic palette. And then the H is for hand. Hi, Maria. Welcome.
Hi.
So we're going over the next framework that I'm sharing with you all, and it's for embroidery. So
Oh,
there's 6
cool.
elements of this. And so again, the different letters, but here's a way that you can use it if you want. Uh, things to think about: the focus area, types of questions that you should ask yourself as you're writing your prompt, and then example wordings that you could use. So hopefully this will be helpful to you. Here's an example of a prompt. And so design an embroidery on silk organza, sorry. Design an embroidery on silk organza. So that's the structure. I'm using chain and satin stitches, which is the technique. Inspired by Moroccan tile geometry, which is the inspiration. Then crafted with fine metallic and silk threads, which is the thread. Showcasing a jewel tone palette of emerald, gold, and cobalt, which are the colors in this situation, and resulting in a soft, fluid hand with a delicate sheen, which is the hand. So here are some examples that I created, and I used 4 different platforms for this. ChatGPT, Google VO3, or Nano Banana, whichever one you like to call it. And then Ideogram and Midjourney, they create multiple images when you create this. So any thoughts or questions about this? I'm gonna show the meeting, and what do you think? Are you still able to see my screen when I do show the meeting? Okay. Did my
Well, we're
screen?
seeing a black square. I don't know what you're showing
Oh,
us.
okay. I don't know why it's doing that. Let me stop share and try share again.
Okay.
Okay. Are you able to see it now?
We see that original slide that has the
Okay.
samples that we
Great.
create.
Great. Great.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what are your thoughts about this prompting and the stitch? Any thoughts or comments or questions on
Yeah.
it?
So can you talk a little bit about the prompting framework? I know that I missed last week, but
Uh-huh.
so is your approach with the AI just to kind of utilize, are these existing prompting frameworks or you all created them or
I've created them.
okay,
Yep.
that's what I was
Yep.
wondering.
Yep. Yep. They are uh for innovation insights. Yep.
Lovely. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I like that because we've kind of gone through and created a few prompts of our own. As Gracie has been creating this, but she gives it a couple of hand-drawn images
Uh-huh.
out of a sketchbook and then some additional prompt language, and then is kind of looking at how the different programs respond to that and
Right.
how iterations it takes to get somewhere close to what she's hoping for.
Fabulous. Fabulous.
But we've not used a framework before, so that's kind of
Yeah.
very cool.
Okay. Well, there's so many great ways to approach it. And so I've started developing different frameworks as a means, but yeah, putting a sketch in and then iterating with it. And the models they're so smart and they're evolving so quickly.
Mhm.
Why don't we just take a pause and do a round of introduction? So, because again, part of this is building community so that you all know each other. And I've known both Maria and Sherry for years, and just met Gracie, right? Yeah, just met Gracie, so Gracie's my new friend. And so why don't we just go around and do introductions and maybe just why are you interested in AI textiles? So Maria, why don't I start with you? Because I probably have known you the longest. I
Okay.
don't know, maybe not. I don't
Thank
know.
you, Yolanda. Yeah, we go back to, I think, the Y2K when we weren't sure what was going to happen to our computers the next day.
Yes.
Uh, yeah, well, I was an apparel design major, and you actually don't know this about me, but I transferred from Regis, and I just like I needed to find my people. I needed to find my niche. So I'm happy to be part of this community because I love design and textile by nature, and I need all of you in my life to inspire me. And then I spent 12 years in textiles, working for fabric jobbers, one as a designer and manager of second quality goods for interiors. And then I worked for a jobber directly where we developed the product. And now I just help people make their homes beautiful. But the industry is changing, and I want to change with the industry and keep textiles alive.
Wow. Thank
So
you for
that's why
keeping
I'm here.
textiles alive. Thank you for keeping textiles alive. And you're in
Yeah.
California, right?
Yeah, and I'm in California, and I married a
Mm.
fellow student
Yes.
that Yolanda knows, who was also an apparel design major, turned landscaper. So yeah, yeah,
Yeah, so Maria is like one of my former students from about 20 some years ago,
yeah,
and was in that first group of students when I was at Colorado State, and Diane Sparks and I
yeah,
integrated Lectra software after a 3-week whirlwind summer travel to learn all the software and then come back in. So Maria and her husband Cody were in that class.
yeah,
Oh, nice.
yeah. And I remember Diane saying I was a new student. She's like, "You can stay in the class if you can find a partner." And so I went in the computer lab, said, "Cody, can I be your partner?" She's like, "Sure." He's like, "How did you find a partner so quickly?" But yes, we were designing textiles years ago, and you know what? I've always been inspired by that class too. It's just really,
Yeah.
yeah, amazing. Thank you for paving the way
Yeah.
for us and continuing to pave the way.
Well, thank you for being here.
Yeah,
Oh, well, Dr. Dragoo, how
Yes.
about you?
yeah.
Yes. So I'm Sherry Dragoo, and Maria, where in California are you?
Oh, I'm in Ventura County in a town called Camarillo.
Okay, I grew up in San Diego, so
Cool.
Orange County and LA were like little stomping grounds when I was
Great.
there in the industry. But anyway,
Okay.
yeah, I'm at Baylor University right now, and have been here 6 years, and was at Texas Women's University for a lot of years before that. But I don't know what program you started with Lectra, but when I was at TW, I was the tech person that integrated Lectra and started teaching. That was Euphoria, right? Way
Yes.
back
Yes.
then.
Oh,
And
yes.
yeah, but here at Baylor, we have an expert who teaches. She worked for Gerber for many, many years, travels globally for them. So she does all of our teaching here and teaches on the Gerber system. But anyway, Professor Janie Fader. Um, but anyway, Gracie and I are working on a research project together, and my interest in all of this is, I know I went to Apparel PI 2 years ago in New York, and they were introducing how a lot of industry members were using AI already in their design process. And so I just obviously know that it's a thing I need to stay on top of. And so when Gracie came and said, I want to work on a project and this is my interest area, and I said, yes, let's do it. So we're kind of exploring how AI integrates, and yes, it's moving quickly, but but some of it's not so good, and some of it's at this point. So I know all systems are going to get better, but yeah, that's been a great learning curve. So I'll let Gracie introduce herself.
Well, just one second. So Dr. Dragoo is the department chair there, so she didn't say that. So that's big. And then she's also an incredible award-winning designer
Wow.
too. She's won multiple awards at ITAA over the years too. So
Wow.
she's really fabulous. So
Great.
okay, Gracie.
Yeah, I'm Gracie. I'm a sophomore apparel design major at Baylor. I like use AI in a lot of different areas, just to like help me study for tests. Using it to like make quiz questions and such. And then like I was in Dr. Gracie's apparel studies class last semester, and I was like, why don't I just put in my designs and like have it making tech black so that it looks more professional in like my presentation? And it actually worked pretty well. And I was like surprised. So then it kind of got me thinking about different things, and it's been really interesting to like research it and actually like use different uh like programs and see how they work differently. And like it's kind of hard to manipulate sometimes because they are all like very different. Uh, but yeah, it's been really interesting.
Cool.
Yeah. I'm
Congrats.
so glad that you're here because you're our future
Yeah.
with AI too. So
Mhm.
this is fabulous.
Yeah. Yeah, we
Yeah.
need to, and one of my passions, even though I'm not a professor and I would always love to teach this subject matter, but is to inspire the youth. We've got to keep it going. So we need it in this nation. I believe strongly in that.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a little nervousness around it in our industry, especially about it taking away jobs. And as Gracie said, she put in her sketches thinking it'll come out and give you good tech flats. And yes, it does give you tech flats, but the question is how good, how accurate, how tied to your initial sketch. And it's that we're documenting that. It's definitely been interesting. How many different programs, Gracie, have you used so far?
Gone through like 10. They're all like either like the free trials or just like free programs.
Yeah.
Some of them are really, but so I'm hoping maybe some of these prompts can help me do that a little bit better.
Yeah, but you should be able to take the same content and provide it across all the platforms and be able to then really see what platform serves you the best in a very aesthetic visual program compared to something that is more word or narrative or that kind of drive. So that piece of it has been really kind of educational for us both to really figure out. And then sometimes even something as simple as prompting it the first time and then having to re-enter the prompt for the second, like if you need an iteration of it, you have to give it all the same prompt again versus it remembering pieces of your prompt along the way and building on itself. Even that piece of it's very interesting.
Yeah, that is. Yeah, and I think it really does depend on the platform, and I think how long you've been using it too.
Yeah.
One thing I've found that my chat GPT especially, I don't have to oftentimes re-enter or Google the nano banana. I can just say change this, change that, and it but there's so many new I wouldn't say that they're platforms really, but they're taking the original platforms and they're kind of wrapping it up and repackaging it and using API to pull from those. But I mean, underneath it's either Chat GPT or Google Nano Banana or Kling or, all of those. And so it's interesting. 'Cause it just seems like even just in the last week, I've noticed like a whole bunch of new fashion ones just popping up. And it's like, I think everyone is just like, okay, let me see how I can
Jump
create
on the
something.
band.
Yeah,
Yes.
make some money.
Yes, exactly. My Facebook page continues to tell me that the next wave of millionaires are coming out of AI. So
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I'm sure that's where people are like, yes, I want to be one of those, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. That is what's supposed to be happening.
Mm-hmm. So true.
Um, Maria, I wanted to go back to your we went over and I shared your video from last week.
Yeah, thanks, Yolanda.
Uh
That was fun.
yeah. Well, I wanted just to give you a chance to talk about how you approach this. I tried to and I,
Oh, yeah. Okay. I know I logged on kind of late. I was trying to find the Zoom link. I'm in an AR course and I feel a little behind the times when it comes to logging in sometimes. But this was really cool. I've been so focused on interiors and that's where things have always driven me, but I still have that passion for apparel. So I went back to it on this since I've been inspired by Eulanda's textiles, and then the other girl who submitted um, the designs with the navy blue and the paisley.
Ashley. Yeah.
Yeah. So I thought, let me see what I can do. And one of the ideas that I had was to use some of my photography. And this is kind of inspired by Dr. Diane Sparks. Years ago, I had asked her, where do you get your inspiration from? And she said, nature. So I've always been taking photos of nature and so I don't know what came first, like the photo. I've never showed that photo on my Instagram page. So I was like, okay, we're going to use this. And I wanted to go to a wool. I was just kind of inspired. I heard you say, the British you dug kind of deep. So I just went for that they're also, I don't know, I just wanted to have like something East Coast vibe. But really, when I prompted this, I just said I wanted like a oh gosh, I have to go back to my prompting, but a wool. I wanted a lightweight, movable wool that was in a light brown tone. And um, it took a few prompts until I got it. They were trying to pull off Etsy. But then I finally got something that was exactly what I had envisioned. I might have said light brown and white weave, but I had said a herringbone. I wanted a herringbone wool. And so then I went ahead and designed the jacket and I specified all the details. I said I want a woman's jacket with princess seams, and I want a 3/4 inch ruffle at the edge of the sleeves, down the front facing. I want leather buttons. I want a mock collar. I want a ruffle around the mock. And it printed it out, and I was super stoked. And it it actually came up with this photo, and I liked the pants, so I thought, okay, I'll go a little bit further, and that was a third step. But I had said, um, I I want something that's rustic for the ranch, but yet great for everyday wear with a little stretch. I wanted a cotton twill. So the whole um, kind of inspiration behind all of my fibers is sustainable fabrics and just getting back to basics. And then I also wanted to do a different color lining because I have this blazer that I love. So I asked it to create a silk lining with the printed um, what is this, bougainvillea design. And it wasn't exactly, I was kind of hoping that it was like um, kind of like cascading or something, but I actually didn't use that prompt. And I was very happy with like the 5-star pattern that it came up with. So then I had to prompt it. And took a few attempts to say, have her holding the jacket over the shoulder. I actually had some where she had her jacket open. And then I had also created a blouse to match in the same material, and had a few prompts for that, but then ultimately just showed, because it is such a wild pattern, just showed the collar. And that was, I kind of designed that too with the same mock collar with the ruffle. And it was a lot of fun. I just really loved it. And, I was so fascinated by this idea because, like, and I might practice with some illustrations next, but as a designer, you're thinking of your design in your head and you just know it, but you have to do all these steps to get to it. You have to source the fabric and this and that. And I was just so thrilled by the quick response and the ability to create something that was in my mind and come up with it so quickly. And I love this project.
Oh, it turned out beautiful. Was
Yeah.
that all one prompt chain that you had, or was it several conversations that it took to get each of these?
So yeah, it took me, like, I was like, I'm just going to give this a half an hour, and I was at it for about an hour and 15 minutes or so. And so it was the wool, then the jacket, then the lining, then the blouse, then the pants. And then I was like, now I need to make a sweater. And but I was like, hold on, we're going to stop the design line here. And that's what kind of took a little longer, but it was all inspired from the one. And I was pretty excited. The whole theme was coastal meets mountains, and just to have American ranch feeling. I also kind of was inspired by your Rocky Mountain, how your experience, you brought that up. And I thought, I
Yes.
wonder if I can play around with this, because it's such a thread through America that gets overlooked. So I kind of wanted something, I wanted to step outside my zone and try something new.
Oh, well, nice job. Thank you for sharing that
Yeah,
background.
thanks.
That's really good. You're great.
Yeah, thanks. It was a lot of fun. I hope everybody else is inspired. I was really inspired.
Well, I want to just I was going to run a quick prompt here. I know we're getting close to the end, but I have this prompt. Whoops, nope, that was not the one I wanted. This was the one I wanted. So this is an embroidered one, and I thought we could run this really quickly in a couple models before we run out of time here. So I'm going to throw it into Midjourney here, and I'm going to throw it into ideogram also. See what we get. And oh, I should probably do ChatGPT too. I'm gonna do it in my, let's do it here. Okay. And then I have Recraft too. I don't know if any of you have used Recraft. This one I've used just a little bit, but let me see if it will generate in here also. So we'll see what we get.
What are you asking it to do, Yolanda? Read that to us.
Sorry.
That's okay. I was reading your prompt.
Oh, yeah, and this the prompt will be in the video that I upload to. Also,
Great.
let me, while those are, that one was very quick, but in the AI textile design innovators, and also I can put it in the chat too. I can put the prompt in the chat. So you have it. There you go.
Thank you.
So in the community, each week I will post the latest weekly challenge for you, and you can tag, comment, create, and then share through that. There is a classroom, which are basically different lessons and things like that. So I have Textile Tuesdays. This one I need to move down and out of the way here. The ones that are live. So we have Welcome Textile Tuesdays. So this is the replays of the launch,
Oh.
and then last week's. too. So if you want to go back and watch those. And then the Fabric Futures workshop, there's the replay of it. And then also the prompt playbook from that from last summer is available. And then the prompt library is here. And this is a database in Airtable that I'm creating with different prompts. So I'm hoping that you're able to access this. Let me know if you're not able to, and I'll continue to upload and add content to this. But the goal is that you should be able to take one of these prompts and just copy and paste them into whatever you want to use them. And then what else do I have in the classroom? I have inspiration, so I'll put up some videos of inspiration. This is another one of Maria's,
Yeah.
and then this is Ashley's. So I made some little videos from some of their work, and then the Spark prompt framework. So this goes through this framework, and I'll do the same thing with the stitches one, so that you have this easy to use. And then what else do I have? Oh, wait. Oh, these are just different AI platforms that are starting to pop up. So I'll just continue to add resources as I find them out there. And then the seamless pattern checker. So this we used last summer in that workshop. And this allows you to upload an image and see if it is a repeat. So I just put a link to that so it's easy for you to get to if you want to use that. And yeah, I think that's all that I have a lot live right now. But let's do a quick. Okay, well, here we go. This is our mid-journey ones. Pretty fun. All are very, very different, but they look like embroidery at least.
Wow.
Let's
That's
see what
nice.
ideogram. Oh, they're very, very, very different, the ideogram ones. But at least they look like embroidery, kind of.
Mhm.
And I think exploring hand embroidery too versus machine, these definitely look machine embroidered.
Right.
Recraft. I don't know if this looks like embroidery really, but it looks like little rhinestones on it, but it's kind of cool. And there's
Mhm.
2 versions of it. And then
Interesting.
ChatGPT, what did we get here? Gave me a prompt, which let me
So funny.
yeah, let me tell it to create an image. It'll take a little bit to write to that to yeah, it told me like yeah, it's a prompt and I'll polish it up for you. Good job using your framework. Thank you, ChatGPT.
That's good.
Oh, so I know that we're over time. Are there any questions or comments or this?
Great. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome.
And
I'll get the video. Oh, go ahead.
I love that you're building a library.
Yes. Yes. And I think I had this discussion with Maria a couple weeks ago that that this is just the very beginning of the library because I want to build a whole prompt library based on actual textile knowledge. My fear is that we're not teaching textiles in academia in a variety of ways. And so my goal is to capture that information and make sure that it's in um, some models that can be drawn upon so we can get some actual textiles. But this is interesting.
Amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny because the other ChatGPT is so much slower than the others, which, you know, I still like, why do I get impatient with a microwave? And pre-microwave, so.
Good point.
Yeah. So,
Awesome.
well, thank you. Thank you for and if you have any suggestions or anything, let me know. Okay.
It was nice
Appreciate it. Nice to
meeting
meet
you,
you.
ladies. Yeah. Thanks, Yolanda.
Thank you.
Till next
Bye
week.
bye.
Bye.
Bye.